All right, everybody. So good to see everybody. Well, imagine seeing you, that is. We are in day 46. Welcome to our full body day. I have a set of 12s and a set of 35s that I'm going to be using today. It is full body, as I said. We're going to be doing 5 sets of 2 exercises, 10 reps each, and we'll see how many little groups of all of that we can get through. So let's start by pulling one leg up and rolling through that ankle. Roll one direction, then the other, one direction, then the other. Keep that chest lifted. I had to check in with my own. All right, from here, grab behind that thigh. You can interlace your hands, that's fine, and just kick your leg straight forward and then let it drop. Kick, drop, kick, drop. If you need a wall or something to stabilize you, no worries. Feel free. Still getting that single side support on the one ankle, which is good. Same leg, we're going to kick it back. So hinge forward, and then you're going to kick that back leg up and down. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's hit up the other side. Hug your knee into the chest, rotate through. All right, so our first set of work is going to be runner sit-ups and a single leg glute bridge. So like I said, we're going to go 10 each side. All right, grab behind that knee. 10 each side, 5 rounds of each. Whew. Working harder on this side. Chest is up, belly strong. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. As best as you can, level off through those hips. All right, hinge it forward. We'll kick that leg up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's hit up a downward facing dog. If a runner sit-up doesn't work for you, I will have you do a dead bug. So keep your head on the ground and you'll extend your opposite arm and leg, 10 each side. And then I think that glute bridge works for everybody from what I recall. If you need to keep both feet on the ground, feel free. I know sometimes single side glute bridges do yank on some of the backs. That is something to kind of think about though. Over time, you should be able to develop the core enough that you can get one leg up off the ground. You don't have to keep both stabilized, and you can build those glutes separately. That's really important to be able to do single side stuff. Keeping the hips set is just an indicator that the pelvis is off. We need to use our core a little more to get that single side. All right, let's do this. Runner sit up. Hopefully I can keep track of all my numbers and my counting. Elbows in the ground, tuck your chin in. This is a dead bug, just in case you're not sure. So you're going to hit that up while the rest of us are doing our runner sit up. We're going to alternate side to side. Here's 1. Push that low back into the ground every time you roll up and every time you roll down. Keep your chin tucked in. And if you're tucking that chin and using the core, then your neck should be fine. If you're new to this, new getting into core work, crunching, sitting up, haven't done it for a while, 2 more each side, then it might be a little tougher, but just keep at it. Support your head if you need, and then eventually you'll be able to just use the core. All right, start with your hips up first. Find your glute bridge. Remember, we want to tuck the tailbone under, squeeze your knees, make sure that the left leg doesn't tripod, just sits out from the hip. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax through the neck. 10. Other side. Make sure you're set and go. 2, 3. We're trying to keep those hips as level as possible. See if you can keep your lifting leg level with the leg that's pushing you up and down. 8, 9, 10. All right, there's one set. Back to our runner sit up. Get that twist at the top. 8, 9, 10. All right, set up those feet, scoop through that belly, feel the low back push in and lift. Tailbone stays tucked under. Lift one leg, 2, 3, 4. Keep that belly firm. 9, 10. 1, 2. You got it. Keep it up. 8, 9, 10. Runner sit up, set 3, or your dead bugs. Should be starting to get a little tougher. Six, dig in through that core. You should be feeling more belly than hip flexor. So if you need to grab behind the thigh to help, that's fine. 9 and 10. All right. Flex into it. Lift one foot. Flex both legs. 5, 6. Get that flexion in, that pushing glute. 10. 2. Dig in deep. 7, 8, 9, 10. Set 4. Get your brain to check in what you want to be feeling. Help you watch out for discrepancies or compensations. Push that low back into the ground. 8, 9, and 10. Scoop it in, press it up. Kind of take my brain from my core to my butt, to my core, to my butt. Make sure they're engaged and working the way I want them to. 6, 10. Watch at the top of your pop, that hip push. You're not letting the abs go. Remember, we want to keep that core strong to keep the hips stable so we're not yanking on our low back. 9, 10. Set 5. 3. 6. 9, 10. Whew. All right. Drive it up. Get into it. 1, 2, 3. Really drive through that foot. See if you can keep your quads about parallel. 10. 5, 8, 9, 10. Whew, all right. Hug those knees in. Self a little squeeze. Perfect. One set done. All right. We're going to keep rolling. We're going to hit up squats and deadlifts. So this is where I'm going to bring my 35s to the yard. All right. I'm going to hit up 135 goblet squat style for my squats. And then I'll grab the other for my deadlifts. Just your standard squat, toes straight ahead, hips push back, knees line with toes, belly holds strong. Feel like you're pushing up through your glutes. 9, 10. Power in numbers, just those repetitions. With your deadlift, push your hips back to get your hinge in your hip creases. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Drive up through your heels. Inhale down. Exhale up. Open your chest and squeeze your elbows toward the rib cage. 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to your squats. Lock into the core. Keep track of your pelvis so that as you drop, you're staying neutral. 8, 9, 10. All right. Deadlift. Hinge back. Belly strong. If you're feeling any back, any lower back, make sure your upper back is flat. Make sure your core is strong. Maybe don't hinge as far forward. Open that chest. Focus on the belly. 8, 9, 10. All right. Back to your squats. Use the core. Make sure your knees track with the toes. Check in. See if you can feel that both legs are pushing evenly. So one side isn't pushing ahead of the other. So getting the heart rate up. Hold on to that core. Reach your back really long. 9, 10. All right. 4 sets. Keep it up. Lock into that belly. Nine, 10. Make sure as you're squatting, that back stays long. You'll feel you're holding that weight up, more flexion through those lats. Dig through those heels. Seven, 8, 9, 10. One more. Stay with me. Focus that core. Target is elbows to knees. Your butt pushing back. 5, 6. Grip into those heels. 9, 10. 1. Dig into that weight. 2. Feel the body brace to set with it. 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo. Get those out of the way. Woo. Wide base of support. One arm up and over. Other arm. Go into your low squat. So however low you can get, pushing your knees out, keeping those heels on the ground. If you can get all the way down, great. Go for it. Okay, you don't need any weights. Your next round, we're doing a body saw and a squat jack. Okay, so your squat jack, we've done these last week several times. Let me adjust this here. All right, so you're going to be sitting back nice and deep. Knees are going to be open wide. You're going to jump in and out, staying in that squatted position. All right, so you're going to stay here, stay low, and then we're going to go into a plank and hover forward and back from your body saw. So elbows will be down, tailbone tucked under, and then you're going to drive forward, contract, and back. Again, digging in deep. So we want to make sure that the hips stay in line with shoulders. So this one's going to run really fast, without a fun. 10 reps, 5 rounds. Stay low. 1, 2. Work your knees wide with the toes. Find your core. 8, 9, 10. Okay. If a body saw doesn't work for you, sorry, I should have told you, hit a bird dog. Extend and then drop it down. So alternate side to side. Take your time, flex the core. Same with these. I see people run through these pretty fast. You lose so much of what it's here for. So elbows just a bit in front of the shoulders. Flex that core. Tight through the glutes. So especially as you hinge back and your elbows are a little further away, that's where you really got to watch that glute flex to keep the work in your abdomen wrapped all the way around that core. 7, 8, tighten deep through that belly. 9, and 10. Those are fun to do on a big stability ball. All right, set 2. 8, 9, 10. Whew, those adductors. All right, start a little bit behind those elbows. Normally we hover super far forward, but that's where we're getting that hover from. That extra grab. 4, 5. That's our pace. 7. Grab through that core, flex those glutes. 9, 10. Set 3. Keep those knees in line with toes. 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not tough to get through. You're not deep enough. You have to find the tough. And for some of us, Maybe no jumping's tough. That's fine. You find your tough. Not mine, not somebody else's. You can work faster than me. Not on these. Heavier. Go for it. A few more reps. It's all good, but it's got to be your healthy place, pushing you to your progressions. 9, 10. All right, we got 4 and 5. Grab that core. 8, 9, 10. Three. Focus on that core. Make sure you feel like your core is doing the work to push forward and pull back. 8, 9, 10. Ah. 4, 9, 10. All right, set up that forearm position. Hips are back. Hover forward and back. Staying strong through those glutes. Tight through that core. 4, 5. Tuck that belly up. 8, 9, and 10. Woo! Made it. Woo, let's take a little stretch. Puppy dog, butt in the air, child's pose, butt on your heels. You kind of decide what sounds like good to you. Okay, I think it's about time to really get going on those arms. Whew. We're going to do an overhead press and a locomotive. I'm going to put my 12s here to good use. Might need a few breaks. We'll decide. We'll see. So overhead press here. Press up straight, working through the back, right? Elbows come to your goalpost position. Press up overhead. Be knowledgeable and aware of and in coordination with your pelvis, trunk, core, midsection region, okay? You need that neutralized core, neutralized pelvis rather, to make sure as you're going overhead, you don't put pressure in the low back. If you do not go overhead, I'm going to have you do an upright row. Elbows come high and wide, squeezing still between those shoulder blades. Then here, you're going to be in a locomotive. We're going to do 10 each side, 20 total. Set 1 of 5. I'm going to go for a split stance at least to start, but make sure that your weight distribution is still even, front and back leg. You're always also welcome to press with your pinkies pointing forward. Sometimes it's a little less pressure on the shoulders. 3. Check in. Where's that core? 8, 9, 10. All right. This one, you do need to keep one foot forward, one slightly back, flat back, pull one elbow, get that rotation. 3, 4. Can you get any more into the core? 9, 10. Okay, back up overhead. 1, 2, 4. Check in with that core. 7, 8. See if you can find your back, not just those shoulders. Other leg forward for your locomotive. 4, 9, 10. All right, overhead or that upright row. Bring those elbows out wide. Remember, we want to work both directions of the move. 9, 10. Hit that locomotive. 1, 2, 3. 8, 9, 10. Check in with that core. 8, 9, 10. Locomotive. 2, 3. Dig that belly deeper. 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm going to give myself a sec. Last one was a little tough. 10 overhead press. 10 locomotive. Last set. Find your back. Flex deep from those back muscles. Lift the chest. 8, 9, 10. And then our locomotive. 2, 3. 8, 9, 10. Whew, all right. Give yourself a couple standing cat-cows. Bend your knees, elbows on those knees. Push the chest forward, and then round. Perfect. All right. Let's take, I think we have time. Let's take that last round. We're going to go flies and then just a jumping jack. Nice quick jumping jack. Keep it tight and quick. We'll bang through this last round super quick. Flex through that belly. Chest is up. Only 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Almost like a cool down set. Hinge your hips back. Elbows pull up. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. 3. Pull your belly stronger. 8. Remember, you're in charge as the arms drop back to the ground. Don't just let it go. 8, 9, 10. Back flat, strong core. Elbows come up, pinch together. Remember all those scapula squeezes we've been working on. That's what we're doing here. 7, I want to build that upper back. 9, 10. Same thing with your jumping jacks. As with that overhead, keep track of your pelvis and the core. Make sure your neck is neutral. Here's 9. Keep that head still, back still. Just move the arms. Set 4. The closer your chest is to the ground, the more you're working the back. So if you find yourself standing tall, you're probably getting more into the shoulders. So if you're trying to find that back, do the work. Release the neck, hinge forward a little more. Make sure you're grabbing the belly, though you've got to support that back. Obviously, hinging this direction, 10, especially with weight, can be problematic for your back if you're not grabbing that core. 10. I do love back flies. I love working the back. If you haven't noticed, make little adjustments, make little tweaks to find your back. 9, 10. All right, perfect. Let's do our stretch facing. Start with a child's pose. Put your knees together for me instead of wide. And then just feel the body. What do you feel? Notice. Check in. Take a quick overview. Come forward, intake of what we just did, where you were happy, what got tough, why you think it got tough. Hinge forward. If you noticed any compensations or cheats along the way, keep that belly still held strong. Let's put both hands inside that foot. You might need to walk your knee back a little bit further. Plant your right hand on the ground. Take a twist to the left. And then we'll hinge back, get your toe up. Drop your left hip to make sure that you're in alignment to get that best hamstring stretch. All right, and we'll switch up. Other side. Start up, get that hip flexor, feel it grab, and you can hinge forward. Plant your hands. Make sure you're still getting that hip flexor stretch. So whatever adjustments you need to make. All right, and then twist up to the right. Okay, and then hinge back. Toe comes up. That hamstring stretch. Reach your chest toward the toes. Take your head left and right. Get a little stretch to the neck. All right, let's do that forward fold. And then we'll call it a day. Toes are up. See if, even if you're not touching your toes, can you get the backs of the knees any closer to the ground? Can you sit any taller? Are you collapsing? What are you getting? What progress are you making? It's there, I promise. It may not be the ultimate, but keep going. Progress takes time. Just don't give up. Honestly, it's better not to think about it. I think I've talked about it before. It's just the practice. The day in, the day out, you don't worry about your results. You don't worry about what you get out of it. You just put in the work. And then one of these days, maybe several months, maybe a year, a couple of years, you're going to wake up and you'll be like, holy cow, I have gotten somewhere. Small incremental changes add up over time way better than a get rich quick gadget or scheme. All right, coming to your low squat. Definitely not to discount those of us definitely have some different underlying medical limitations or reasonings that can be tough. Hormones are thrown off, so not to discount. Sometimes it doesn't add up, and I do want to throw that out there. I understand that, but you're still gaining benefit. Try to get away from, it's tough. It's really tough, but try to get away from weight loss being your only motivation. It can be one. Just make sure it's not your only one. All right. Thanks, everybody. That was fun. I'll see you tomorrow.